people? I'm Robert Arrington, this is Deer Meat for Dinner, and you are watching The Big Roll. This is the most epic adventure of my life. We started out on the beach in Jupiter, Florida. We took off on our way to Alaska. There have been many ups and downs, but overall this has been one of the most amazing trips of my entire life. This video is sponsored by EcoFlow Wave, but more on that later. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's Jackie Bushman, the Buckmaster. He brought deer hunting to TV.
God bless you, man.
Oh,
it's awesome that y'all could make a trip down here.
I've been a fan of Jackie Bushman since I was a little kid, and then to get to go hang out with him, fish with him, and cook with him, that was a lot of fun.
Get you some of that shrimp fritters.
But once we left his house, we continued heading north.
I go down to the honky-tonk.
All the way to Lake Gunnersville. I wanted to run into my buddy Will Fowler from Frog Togs. Mr. Will, he lives right on the edge of Lake Gunnersville. And although he's the president of Frog Togs, that joker is ate up with fishing. He loves the bass fish and crappie fish. He introduced me to a guy named Austin Campbell. He's probably the best crappie fisherman I've ever met in my entire life. And he taught me a thing or two about using electronics, finding fish, and catching them. Austin, you're the man, and now he's a part of Team Favorite USA. Rock on. And just like that, the big roll continues. We're leaving the lake house here in Arab, Alabama, and we're heading towards CVS. I gotta pick up some muscle relaxers and something for my back. My back's been killing me. But right now, all eyes on the road, and we're heading north. So now this is where we had to start working things out. See, in the beginning of the trip, me, Sarah, and the girls, and Teaser, we headed out in the Class A in our main RV because all my guys at IGX Graphics down in Pompano Beach, they weren't done wrapping our truck in the fifth wheel. So when we left Lake Gunnersville, Kevin, he picked up the truck and the fifth wheel, and he headed out. Our plan was to meet in Mississippi. And you know what? Our plan worked. That's a nice fish.
It's the apple! Don't get rid of the apple! That's his truck.
Come on, boys, it's a party. We're all going in. Woo! Hey, buddy, what did you think when your truck started to roll into the water?
Get out as fast as you can. Get out.
Oh my God.
This is a new product we're working on, but anyways, that's the elk lollipop, man.
What is that?
Elk lollipop.
I'm in.
Oh my Lord.
This is where Mossy Oak's from. I mean, it is. We're in Clay County, Mississippi, right outside of West Point. These river bottoms is where all we grew up. So all these, we knew you were going to be in good company.
One thing I love about Mossy Oak is those guys are like my brothers. I just feel at home when I'm with them. We had so much fun. Check this out. Now, my family, we all moved over to the fifth wheel. Sarah had the girls all dialed in. Me and Sarah, we sleep up front, and I edit back in the garage. Problem is, garage isn't air conditioned. So we had to take my EcoFlow Wave. It's a portable AC unit. We brought it back here, and it runs on battery power, which is insane. And quietly, it cooled down my entire garage. And let me tell you something, when you're trying to be creative and you're editing and you're working, if you're hot and muggy, it just doesn't work. All I can tell you guys is there's no way I'd make it to Alaska without that little portable AC unit. It's the EcoFlow Wave, and it's battery powered, which is so cool. But on this trip, I thought, what if we have generator problems? What if we have AC problems? I never thought about my garage is not air conditioned. Well, this is the only place I can edit. And on nights when I'm editing, I sleep up here and I edit down here. Meanwhile, Sarah and the girls are sleeping up front where they have AC. With this, I can literally manage my AC on my app. We got lots to do and a long way to go, so we better get after it. Going on a 6,000 mile road trip has its own set of difficulties, but when you're trying to film and edit and be a dad and be a husband and just be a person and enjoy what you're seeing.
All right, you guys, we are coming up to Arkansas as we speak. And I'm getting like my notifications on my phone, so I check the radar and there's a huge line coming through. So I don't know what we're about to go through, but we're about to go through something. Welcome to Arkansas.
There we go. And we ran into Thayer, Missouri, where I caught up with my buddy Winston Tucker. Now Winston owns a beautiful, beautiful farm.
I've owned this property for 13 years. What you're seeing now, I have not seen even myself. We had a new spring happen like 3 weeks ago, and it's producing, I don't know how many thousands of gallons an hour, but it's rolling. We're gonna walk up here, follow this up, and see if we can find where it comes out. Wow, look at that.
This is a mountainside, and the water just started coming out of the water, out of the mountain. Look at that.
Wow. Don't get better than that. Fresh water, dude. Agua dulce, man. That's the best water for your body. I can take a shower now.
After finding the stream coming out the side of the mountain, we go back to favorite fishing headquarters. She's out cold, y'all. He shows us all around, and as I'm explaining Austin Campbell from Lake Gunnersville, he's like, you know what? That's the kind of guy we want on Team Favorite. So we call Austin. He offers him a full sponsorship, and just like that, everyone is on cloud 9. And you know, that was just a really good time. And I want to tell Winston straight up, bro, I love you, I appreciate you, and thank you for so many good times. I can't wait to see what the future holds. God only knows. But you know what they say, let's roll. Next up, Kansas. Going to see my buddy Seth McGinn. He is the king of one-liners, and he has more businesses than I know what to do with. Were you just sticking your tongue out, you silly goose? You better not. But we went there, and I had my shotgun, and you've probably already seen the video, but why not watch it again? There he is, I see him. And folks, we are tagged out in Kansas. I was fired up shooting that big old tom. We threw it on a digital scale and it weighed 25.5 pounds. So that's my biggest tom ever. Then we cooked it up, we made a really nice casserole and just enjoyed the night there at his lodge. But the very next morning, you know what? Let's roll. We're northbound and down, pedal to the metal. We're heading to Nebraska. One of my best buddies, Wyatt Russman. Wyatt's one of those friends that sends you texts and says the most awesome things like, bro, I miss you, I love you, wish you were here. And Wyatt, I really appreciate you for that. Wyatt owns a store called Country Welding, and they build all kinds of box scrapers and they fix machinery. But he's also a world-class welding artist. I don't know if that's an official name, but what he does is an official, amazing ability and talent. He built like rhinos and giraffes and big butterflies. He even built me a deer that I have in my office. So we spent a day with him. Hey, gotta give a shout out to my family back home. What's this remind y'all of? I got the old 3-wheeler. If this don't remind you of Fiesta Key, nothing will. When we was kids, everyone would be rolling around on on three-wheel bikes like this cruising through the Florida Keys. No way, Jose. We're up here in Nebraska. We're about to head north. Hey, let's roll. Next thing you know, we're on the road heading to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And that's where things got a little weird. We pull into the Yogi Bear campground, bluebird skies, everyone's happy. But before you know it, oh my goodness, here comes the storm of the century. That's where we are right there, y'all. Emma, come on. That's what we're looking at, y'all. It's Quality Inn. Just gonna go in here and hunker down for a minute. Primo, vamos.
Tornado out north.
Big one.
No,
Yeah.
that's it.
I'll stay inside.
Okay, first off, I gotta say I'm really thankful nothing terrible happened during that storm. We've since found out that it was a giant dust storm that caused several tornadoes. It flipped over tons of semis and RVs and caused catastrophic damage in our area, and it knocked out power to almost the entire region. Our AC unit on the top here, not in the front, but in the top, clearly got rain and dust and dirt into it from that storm, and it caused a motor malfunction. Because we can't get one overnight, my EcoFlow, this thing has saved the day. Now, I'm not Mr. Tech guy. I can't tell you all the specifics on this thing. You can go to their website and find out everything you need to know, but I'm going to tell you right now, it works unbelievably well, and the battery lasts forever. Like right now, Emma's sleeping up there, Aria and Sarah are sleeping up there, so I just set the timer for 8 hours, which means this thing's going to keep it cool in here for 8 hours. It will basically regulate the battery to last for 8 hours. So hey, if this is really cool to you and you want to check it out, I will leave a link in the description below. It's going to get you $50 off. Use discount code DEERWAVE. It's only good until June 13th, so you're going to have to get on it. I'm giving you my word, that thing is awesome and it will blow your mind. But in the meantime, we're heading to Sioux Falls. Call me naive, but I thought Sioux Falls was just the name of a town. No, it's the name of a fall.
It's really amazing here at Sioux Falls, thinking of all the people over the course of history that have probably drank from these falls, let their livestock and their horses drink from them and bathe in them and just hang out here. Pretty cool. But we're in Sioux Falls now. This is South Dakota. We're gonna jump on the highway and we're heading to Fargo, North Dakota. From there, we'll turn west, head towards Portal, and then we'll cross the border into Canada. And from there, we'll head towards Alaska. Pretty amazing to be able to do this with my family right now. Pretty amazing. All because of y'all, and I want to thank you for it.
And now it's time to put some miles under these wheels. We headed north from South Dakota and we were on our way to Fargo, North Dakota, but we were in such crazy wind. I was like, man, let's just keep going. So we went around Fargo, headed west, and we came to a cool little town called Jamestown, North Dakota. There's a whole herd of buffalo out there. They even had a buffalo museum. But while we were there, we met some awesome dudes who invited us bow fishing.
All right, guys, so I don't know if you know this, but I grew up in Wisconsin. We used to bow fish all the time.
Hey! Got him. Got him.
Shoot him! Oh
What happened, baby?
Hot diggity dog, y'all. Northbound from Jamestown, we knew that our next stop was the Canadian border at Portal, North Dakota. So we pull up, we're free and good, nothing's wrong. Problem is, Teaser, he did not have a visa to go through Canada. He had a visa to be in America, but Canada did not honor that. Were you scared?
Now I am here. I'm scared because I don't want to lose my visa, bro.
So this is what's gonna happen now. We're gonna park everything here, and you're gonna drive him back to Minot and get him a hotel room, and I'll keep the kids and everything here. I'm gonna edit, and then we're good to go. So we flew Teaser from Minot, North Dakota, back to West Palm Beach. Then the next day we got through the border, and that was even a mess. I can't lie. Getting through the Canadian border was kind of a mess, but we made it. Problem is, they only gave us 5 days to go from Portal, North Dakota to the Alaskan border. You know what that means? Wide open, baby. Headed north. We did stop for an afternoon in Saskatchewan, hung out with my buddy Lance Albert and his whole family. They did a powwow. They cooked some amazing food, and we just enjoyed the afternoon together. But first thing the next morning, in a rainstorm, we continued on. There's the RV and the truck. There's Aria.
Daddy,
there's Emma.
Daddy,
And look at, there's Kevin. Look at that. Look at the northern Rockies there.
Daddy,
Still looks like winter.
Can we go down now?
No, not right now.
Oh, no, not right now.
But this is actually like the top of the mountain here. We've climbed our way all the way up. Now we're gonna work our way all the way down. It's very important to take it very slow, casual, make sure everything's good. Like in the truck, I use the exhaust brake. Kevin's gonna have to use like low gear in the engine, trailer brake, and very little brake.
I'm gonna drag a stick.
He's gonna drag a stick, huh?
Drag a stick.
Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a drum roll. That right there is the Tetsa, world famous, named by Food Network 2019 Alaskan Baker of the Year.
Except for
even though they're in Canada. Well, listen, when you win an Alaskan award and you're in Canada, that means you're abso-freaking-lutely amazing. The Yukon is truly vast. I mean, it's just a vast wilderness. And as we're driving through, we come to a place called Destruction Bay. And from Destruction Bay all the way to Tok, which is the first town in Alaska, man, the roads are crazy. They have these things called frost heaves. That's where the ground is permanently frozen, but then it will thaw and refreeze, and as it refreezes, it builds up like these mounds, and it's hell to a trailer. We even found a young guy, he had some trailer issues. We were able to help him and send him on his way. That was a good thing. But before you knew it, we're the ones who needed help. Good thing we got Kevin. A bolt in our back leaf spring on the fifth wheel came out, and we used a pin from a reese hitch. We MacGyvered it, but it made us 100 miles. We went through the border, we got to Tok, and that's where things really got fun. We started meeting amazing people. We went trout fishing, we went burbot fishing, and we just had fun. I gotta say, Tok is amazing. I can't wait to go back because I want to go moose hunting and ptarmigan hunting there. Folks, it's getting close. We're so close I can almost smell it. And we're on our way to Wasilla. That's about a 250-mile drive. But man, it took us through some really tight areas, no boundaries, no borders, steep cliffs, beautiful mountains. And thank God, no issues. Next stop, Seward, Alaska. All I can say is the road from Anchorage, Alaska to Seward, Alaska is the most beautiful road I've ever driven down in my life. It's just breathtaking.
We made it.
I am not believing it, you guys. I just wish I felt better right now. Oh, from Jupiter to Alaska, we're here.
Go up here.
I love you. Hey, we made it, honey.
That. Get it out.
I just can't believe it. I know last year whenever I was here and I was looking at that view, I just imagined in my head doing this. And then I was at your mom and dad's house over Christmas when we came up with the big roll. And then when we left Jupiter, it was like windy and rainy and nasty. And it just was, wow. It's only fitting that we get to Alaska and just look at this.
Come on, Arya.
It's absolutely the most beautiful day you can possibly imagine. Bluebird skies, flat calm, ready to go. Come on, let's go see if Chance is inside. Wow, you guys. I just want to take a second with all of you. You're my fans. You're the people who support us, encourage us, and push us. And I'm back here in the garage in my little editing suite in the fifth wheel. And I just got done editing this entire show. And it's so incredible looking back on this trip. Mentally, I planned this trip last year whenever I was here for just 4 days. But through the year, I've been putting the pieces together. And whenever I left Jupiter, there were no specific plans. I just said, let's go with it and figure it out as we go. And I'm just amazed that we're here. Now, we've been here for a few days. We've got to do some really cool things, but I know that there's so much to do. And I want to tell you personally, right there, wherever you may be, that I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. There are millions and millions and millions of videos that you could choose to watch. But for you to choose to watch my videos, it really means the world to me. What I do with my wife and my daughters and my crew, that's what I'm all about, man. And traveling and seeing new places and meeting new people, that's what I'm all about. I love it. We're now in Seward, Alaska. Where we go from here, who knows? But to say that me and my family and my crew, we drove all the way up here, we did it, it's something that I'll take to the grave with me. It's something that I hold dear. And now I know my parents are probably going to come up, and Sarah's parents are going to come up, and lots of friends are going to come up. But I know that we did it. And I want to thank Kevin, who's holding the camera right now. He fixed so much. He helped so much. He did so much. And I hope Austin is having a great time back home with he and Chloe and enjoying life back in Florida. But we're here. The big roll was a success, and I enjoyed every mile. It's 1:10 a.m. here in Alaska, which is like about the 5 minutes that it's dark. But that's all I got for you guys. Take care. God bless. I guarantee you there's some really, really cool stuff coming up. But that's all I've got for you tonight. Take care. God bless. And we are gone.